Well, g'day everybody, and I suppose you're wondering where I am. I'm on location. I've just noticed my eyes pretty black actually, and I'm here at Pam's, and you all know that Pam's my cousin. I've had a lovely day in Geelong again, and how is everybody? It is Tuesday night. I'm a bit excited because guess what? My little granddaughter is coming tomorrow. And how was everyone's day today? And is it working? Yep, we got two people on. I've been talking about you. Bev came and had a cup of tea with us, which was lovely. And so, yeah, it's been pretty good. Nice to get in the car again. Hello, Kelly Robinson. I tell you what, it's going to be freezing tonight. It's been a beautiful day in Geelong. So I come down here. Got to go to Chemist Warehouse after this because they're open till 8 o'clock. And I need some more lipstick, Cal. I reckon we're all buying Mile High from Revlon. They're going to run out. Yes. G'day, Loretta. How are you, darling? How's Geraldton going over there today? I know it would be a beautiful day there. And you got veggie soup. Well, guess what I did, Cal? Can I admit it? I was a really good girl to start with today. I had an apple and 2 cups of coffee, and then Jane Adam came round to my house. And while I'm away, she can go round there every day and check on it. It's great to have berries in town. And and she was gorgeous last night, by the way, wasn't she? Beautiful girl. And she is coming on Patreon. She just doesn't know how to sign up, so she needs the kids to do it for her. But anyway, she's looking after the house. So that's right. I had 1 apple, 2 cups of coffee. I'm on a roll. I'm a good girl. Came to Geelong, had a great big pork sandwich at Warm Pond Shopping Centre for lunch. Oh my God, it was so big. And the young girl that served me, got to tell you this, you're going to love it. The young girl that served me, she said, oh, she was just gorgeous. You know, she's a young kid at school. And she said, do you have a senior's card? And I said, do you think I'm old enough, darling? Oh my God, I look older than I thought I looked. Anyway, she was beautiful. So I was good. I did that. And then I said to Bruce, oh, I need a jam donut, love. This is what I did, Cal. So Lyni went off and bought donuts today. So there you go. Pat Mariana. Oh, Will and Karen McEwen's on. Karen's on holidays, aren't you now? So that's good to see all those girls that work in the school canteens, except if you're in New South Wales. Liz Ball's still, I think she's going to be busy this week, actually. Yeah, so Kelly, I bought $10, $20 worth of donuts to share with Pam's grandkids. That was my excuse, right? No, one didn't want any, and the other one had one little tiny one. Guess who ate them all? I feel sick. I shouldn't have done it, Cal. I thought I was going to pass out, actually. And yep, me being my naughty, naughty self. So anyway, I'm at Pam's and we're staying the night, and then we're going to head off tomorrow to pick up that little granddaughter of mine. Hey, you are here, Liz. I thought you were still, she's got so much to do. How was your day, darling? Because Karen McEwen's not at work. You're the only one with the school canteen that is, yes. Hey, can you have a sugar coma, Kelly? Because actually I felt a bit lightheaded after I ate all the donuts. So does that do something to you? I don't know. And I thought, oh, anyway, our gorgeous little girl came round today, my little Bev, and we had a lovely couple of cups of tea and a good jack, and I hope she got home safely. She's just beautiful, as you all are. And as I said, and Brenda's on, we've been talking about you, Brenda. Good morning, darling. And I hope it's a nice day in England. We've had actually really cold this morning, but absolutely beautiful day with the sun out. And it's going to be like that in Melbourne, I think, which Casey is going to feel it. It is 11 degrees in Newtown now, and that is cold. But hey, Geraldton's always not. You really can you, Kelly? Is that true? How can you tell, Kelly, if you're going to have a sugar coma? I shouldn't. I did. I still feel sick. I ate that much. So that's just, Oh, so you haven't got bad weather. Joanne, we've been talking about you, Joanne. Now, we've got a lady, Dominique Frederick, and she touched my heart, actually. Send me a message. She doesn't know how to, I don't know that she knows about Patreon yet. Um, I'll have to start advertising it on the pages again, but I need to probably talk about it, and I haven't got around to it. But anyway, she sent a beautiful message, and I read it out last night. Joanne, she's from Katoomba. Are you Katoomba? And she said she's joined our group, and she has made friends already with some of the berries. And she said she's been very lonely. And I thought, common theme, living on your own. Even if you find during the day, the nights can be lonely. Everyone says that lives on their own. During the day, you can keep busy and do stuff, but this time of night, everyone's closing their curtains and locking the doors. And if you're home alone, it can be a lonely time. So, you know what? Dominique's in our group. And then I woke up in the middle of the night last night. Oh, 6 degrees. Yeah, it's going to be cold, Cal, I tell you. And Lou's on. Hello, my darling Lou. And that's what happens to you, I reckon. And my Bev Anderson's home. And I call her my Bev because I've got to know you so well, Bev, because you come to everything. You come out and meet everyone. You are gorgeous to everyone that you meet. You're a beautiful, kind person. You had to make an emergency toilet stop. I know the feeling. I'm good at those. Speaking of that, I haven't been much. I haven't done the other one to. Anyway, hello, Sandy Hart. Did the lipstick get you through today with your shopping? I hope you had a lovely day. And we've got Liz Ball. What do you reckon? She did. I think everyone's had an all right day on here. Little Karen Houghton's had a bit of a shit day. So sending Karen our love. She told me this morning, by the way, that she's only 15 minutes from where Sam Mack is tomorrow morning, but she doesn't know that she's can feel that she wants to put an apron on and go down and meet him. And what do you reckon about that one, Liz Ball? Anyone that lives near Scenic Rim in Queensland, they would love to see a berry down there with an apron on, or a berry go up to them, wouldn't they, Liz? They're not awful. They'd be nice to you. I hope Karen goes, and I hope Karen takes Jennifer, because she's a beautiful little berry, our young Jennifer. And anyway, I'm just going to say, after Dominique Frederick sent me that message, and I do get a lot of messages, and you know that, and that was the message that makes me realize that we're doing something good. I'm doing something good. And I realize what I'm doing. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? A Sydney Berry get together soon. Good on you, Joanne. That would be just lovely. And then I woke up at 3:00 this morning and I had the epiphany. Yeah, don't put the apron on. There you go. Just go and see him. And they're not going to be awful to her, are they? They'll be kind and they're nice. And I think they love our group, don't you reckon, Liz Ball? Anyway, oh, good on you, Loretta. Anyway, 3:00 in the morning this morning, I'm awake. And I have been thinking about our group. Of course I do. I think about everyone and us and me and where we fit into the world and what is our group. And I've been thinking about it forever. And I had the epiphany, everyone. I had the epiphany. This is our group. And I want you to tell me what you think. I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought about that message and I saw the word lonely. And then it came to me. What has happened here? I haven't meant this to happen. It just happened. Remember, I was meant to sell stuff, but our group is this. Blackberry Beach, the village, is a modern day pen friend group. So instead of writing letters, we do messages just like we do now. And we have these and we have get-togethers like this. And it's a friendship group. Nothing more, nothing less. We can share our lives. and we can all be different, but we are a friendship group. So a modern day pen friend group, and it's becoming worldwide, because when I saw that we had, I think, 6 ladies from Labrador in Canada that joined our cooking group, I thought it's growing in a different way, in a very interesting way, in a way that I never thought this would happen. And then I thought, what am I? I'm the head of this group. I am the conduit, everybody. I am the person that brings you all together. So I'm the common denominator for each and every one of you. And one thing that I've always been good at, and that is introducing people to each other. Even when I had the shop, and people used to come to meet me at the shop, and I'd meet them in the shop, and they'd come back to see me again. And then I'd hear their stories, just like I hear your stories now. And if you were in my shop and someone else come in, I would introduce you to each other. And that's what I'm doing on here. Nothing different to what I've probably done all my life, but in a different way. And I'm very proud of it. But sometimes I feel like we're all drowning in this world, aren't we? In some way, a lot of us, we're all struggling to survive and to keep our heads up and to be happy all the time and keep families together and do stuff. And then I realised, baked spinach and ricotta. What's Rotolo, Claire Cosgrove? Then I realised that -1 Lisball. Then I realised that sometimes we swim and sometimes we sink. That's life. We're sinkers and swimmers. We float. We do everything. The one thing that I've realised is I'm the lifeboat. Would that make sense to you, that I'm a lifeboat and I'm surrounded by sinkers and swimmers and floaters? That's you guys. And sometimes I'm in the lifeboat and the lifeboat sinks and I'm in it. So I got up out of bed and I wrote all this down. And I thought, I think I need help. I need someone that knows what to do with our group, that can guide me to guide you. What do you think about that? Uh-oh. Callie Robinson, you're too young to have a 17-year-old granddaughter. Yeah. So anyway, everyone, think about what I said. Do you agree with me? Because I think I've hit it on the head. It's taken me 2 years to get this right. Yeah. Oh, yum. Dumplings in chicken broth. Everyone's Swedish meatballs. Oh, I'd love a recipe for them. I've only ever had them at IKEA. There you go. A birthday, Karen McEwen. Good on you. And what's a Rotolo, Claire Cosgrove? I'd like to know. And anyway, g'day, Di McPhee. How are you, darling? Good to see you on. And guess what? It's onwards and upwards from here on in. As I don't know whether I told you, but I found out a little bit more information about that person, which we're not going to talk about. And yes, she has issues, huge. It's not just one person telling me, it's many. So I'm not worried about what's going to happen. Thank you, my Lou Green. But do you think Sandra Mead's here? And Sandra, hey, Joanne, tell me what you think of the Aldi ribs, because they're good. And guess what I'm having for tea? Not sugar after what I had this afternoon. My Pammy, I call her my Pammy because she's my cousin, where she made me a chicken casserole with bacon. She made that last night with mash. So I'm very spoiled. I don't have to cook. And I was going to tell you what, Jane had from Aldi, and it was a tray bake, right? Fresh lasagna sheets are filled with spinach and ricotta in a tomato sauce. Claire, yum. I tell you what I've got at home, those big shells. And I might fill them with ricotta and feta. Not much spinach because Bruce doesn't like it, with the tomato sauce while Casey's here. But Am likes stew, I think, so I've got to make that. So I've got to do all those things. She wants cupcakes. Don't think I'll be eating any cupcakes after the donuts I ate today. Oh, they're a bit naughty. I better go and take my meds after this to get rid of all that sugar out of my system. And actually, it does really actually make me sick. But anyway, I've had the epiphany, and it's only taken me over 2 years to have the epiphany. And so we didn't have a hot dog die. Guess what? I got in there and I saw the pork, die in those food courts, and they had the roasts and they had pork with all that crackle. So Bruce and I had pork, gravy, and applesauce sandwiches, and the young girl that served us was just beautiful. And and she was just gorgeous. She would have been about 16 years old, a school kid. And I think she could have been any of our berries grandchildren. That's how I think about people now when I go shopping and I have kids around me. I think of you guys and I think we have to look after these kids. We have to nurture them. And you know what I'm good at? I'm good at having a damn good chat to them. And she was a young, beautiful lady girl working hard to save money for something. Well, she made me the best sandwich and she said, "Have you got a senior's card?" I said, "Oh, darling, do I look that old, sweetheart?" I thought, "I'm just like your granny, aren't I?" And yeah, so we had that today, Di. She was just gorgeous. Then I went to the reject shop because they have tissues for $1.25 there. I tell you what, reject shop's good for cleaning products. Needed some spray and wipe, got some tissues and a toothpaste. And then I went to Priceline. I got this special coverage, which I haven't put on, and it's a special tin of it, and it has, they said, put green on and then put on an apricot or yellow. So let's see when I'm in Melbourne if I don't look this bad. Okay, so that's my next thing. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to have Pammy and I are going to go up to Chemist Warehouse for the sale because they're open till 8 o'clock. And I'm in Newtown, so I'm not very far from that. Yeah. Oh, Lou Green, thank you. Thank you very much for helping with the Patreon promotion because you still don't have any appetite. Darling, that's because you're having chemo, and sometimes if you don't feel like, um, don't cook, buy stuff ready done. I think that sometimes cooking when you're not feeling well can make you feel worse. Another thing, Lou Green, can you make just soup and freeze it because you can just pull that out and soup's really good for you. I make a chicken soup. I'm not a very good soup maker, by the way. I wish I was, but I'm actually not. And I love pumpkin soup. Bruce doesn't like it. I love Do you know how I make my seafood soup? I make a pumpkin soup and bung in raw seafood in it and cook it in it, and that is really nice. But Lou, just get some chicken legs, bung it in a pot. This is what I do. Bung in four chicken legs, and I get me onion, carrot, and celery, and I put it in me food processor and process it up. Bung it in. I don't chop things up by hand. Soup mix. You buy the soup mix. You buy it. It's all the different peas and beans, Lou. Just a handful of soup mix. It's Mackenzie soup mix. Go buy that. And then put in some pasta, broken up, or little pasta, and put in salt, pepper, and water and boil it up, boil it, and boil it, and boil it. And that is a meal. And see, Brenda's had that pasta from Aldi too, so you can get it in England, all the same stuff, and it's delish. And then cook that up, freeze it in your plastic thing so that when you're not well, because when you're having all that treatment, you're just not going to be well. Maybe that's all you need. And I break the leg up, take all the meat off, and it's a meal. Yeah. Not a good thing, Lou. I think the soup would be really good for you. Another thing, Lou, I'm going to say too, soup mix, Di. At Mackenzie, you buy, you go and buy the split peas for your pea and ham soup. Well, they do a soup mix. Oh, Di, you cook. And that's always good in a soup, and it's got everything that she'd need. Another thing, Lou, don't eat, just make desserts. Mum used to make, I tell you what Mum used to make, because Mum was the cook at the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, it's good, the old soup mix dye, isn't it, love? I tell you. But Mum used to make this. She'd get a lemon jelly, and I'll put the recipe on and I'll make it a lemon jelly and milk and passion fruit. Now, if you don't have fresh passion fruit, you just buy a can of passion fruit and eggs. And I'll get the recipe and put it on, Lou. It's actually, you think about it, eggs and milk and passion fruit and jelly, and you mix it all up and you put it in your fridge, and it's a jelly, but it's refreshing and it's not too heavy, but it's got eggs and milk in it, which is quite good for you, love, when you're not feeling very well. Sometimes those old-fashioned little desserts, you might have a little bit of that. Yes, she did, Di McPhee, and she used to love two bays. And Mum was down there quite a bit, Di, and she'd say, I went down to two bays today. And when she used to babysit the kids when they were younger, they always went to two bays. And you were really nice to her there, Di, and thank you very much. Yeah, because that was probably an outing for my mum, because she lived a funny life, my mother. She my sister and mum and I were she was estranged. Mum never got over it. My father died when mum was only 38, I think, and she never got over that. Then my sister developed anorexia. She never got over that. And Vicky just disowned us, which mum never got over. And junket's another thing. Yeah, junket, love. That's really good for you, Lou. Just buy some junket tablets and a bit of sugar and milk, and I like junket. If you're not feeling well, you can just slurp it down. Anyway, so then we had a pub in the Mallee, and Mum came and lived with us, and she was the cook. And Hall's Gap, Lou, really? They had the Roadhouse in Hall's Gap. Good on them. And Telegram Line. I love that one. Anyway, see, we have all these connections, really. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, we had a pub in the Mallee, Wormalang, and we still have some members from that area. And she was with us, and then she met a bloke. She met a bloke there. It was a divorcee. And I think they became friends more than anything. And he was a very lonely man, and he'd had a pretty rough trot of a life. And when we got out of the Pope, she went and lived with him over in Naya, where Di was. But he only lived for 2 years. He got cancer and he died. Now, Mum wouldn't move. She'd had issues with my sister. And I think that what happened with my sister really shaped the rest of Mum's life, and it wasn't that Mum didn't have a very happy life. Having my kids was her life. She was a beautiful grandmother, beautiful granny to my children. They absolutely loved her, and she lived for them, but there was nothing else, and she didn't really care for her future. And she wouldn't move back to Apollo Bay because I think she had sad memories of Vicky and everything down there and her past. So in the end, when Mum there was no one to look after her, and we had trouble with Mum. I was the only one left. That's just me, and we had to move her back to Apollo Bay, and it was just sad. It was just sad, yeah. And Di had one at Nil as well. I tell you what, Di McPhee, when you have a roadhouse, you know what work is, everybody. The hours are horrendous, the work is hard, and it's thankless. So, Di, I take my hat off to you. People don't realise how hard you work in those places. You just never stop. And really, yeah, you might have an all right, be making an okay income, but most small businesses just make a decent wage. So 24-hour Di, bloody hell. Well, the Wormalang pub was 24-hour Di because Bruce wouldn't close it. I used to get out of the bedroom, middle of the night, in my nightie, go down and kick everyone out. I'd walk into the bar, and Bruce would go, just cleaning, Lino. And all the blokes would go, oh, Just go and Lino, this would be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be in my nightie. I'll go, get to bloody bed, you bugger. I used to think we're going to lose our liquor license. Yeah, but it wasn't a very healthy existence, you know. You had a good time and everyone loved us, but Jesus, you're exhausted. Oh, actually, Liz Ball, junket tablets. I've got vanilla ones at home, but I used to like the pink ones myself. Yeah. So yeah, Di McPhee, you've worked your bloody hard and the Italian soup mix. There you go. Oh God. And Bev, what are you saying here? I'm trying to do this in my bedroom. I'm calling it my bedroom. Oh, hey, Bev Anderson, are you going to go to Sydney to see my bloody Joanne Hazel as well? Oh, I'm not a very good soup cook at all, Claire. Can you post some recipes then, please? I tell you what, I like zucchini. I used to go on a diet when I was young. You know how we're always on a diet, never worked. Um, and Mum used to make, this is Mum again, a zucchini soup for the dieters. So it was the zucchinis when they were growing. And she doesn't know what I'm doing. No, I don't know what she's doing. I don't want her to ring me. I don't know how not to answer the phone. Anyway, we used to have zucchini soup. So it was zucchinis and onions, and you'd chop them up and cook them in butter and a couple of spuds in a big pot. But you'd mostly zucchinis and onions, just a couple of spuds, and cook it in butter. Then I'd add chicken stock and just boil it all. And then you boil it till everything was really cooked. And then I used to get a stabber, you know, what are they called? Your stabbers, and put it in and smooth it and vitamize it up. And that was a diet soup. You lose weight eating that, but you were full. Honestly, some of those soups are really good if you want to lose weight, and they've got all the vitamins in them. Bruce won't eat it. You know why? It's green. I'm not joking. Green soup, will he eat it? No. Yellow soup, will he eat it? No. He'll eat pea soup. I do love a bit of pea soup. I haven't made that this year. I don't like it with the hocks. I like it with the bacon bones because the hocks can be too salty. So anyway, I'm no good at soup. Bring on the soup recipes that Bruce might eat. God, I tell you what, I did make cream of asparagus soup, and I did like that, but I made it so hard. It was so, and cream of chicken soup I've made, except the recipe I had was so complicated. Can't I just put cream in some soup? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Meryl Dunshay's on. Hey, Meryl, what's it like in New South Wales at the moment? Because it's going to be a cold night in Victoria, I tell you. So if you are over in the well, I think it's going to be cold in Queensland and everywhere, I think, because we've got the clear skies for a change. And did you see that Jane's in our unit in Apollo Bay with her 4 kids? Don't know how they're fitting, but anyway, they're bloody good family. You know, the midwife. She was on last night. Oh, Meryl, it's bloody cold everywhere. We haven't got the wind here in Geelong. And anyway, I said to Jane, well, sometimes you get a koala in the backyard there. And she said, oh, the kids would love to see one. I said, well, Kev will probably be in it. He's nearly living in our trees in our backyard. And he was there yesterday. So anyway, they saw a koala, but it was so high up behind the unit of being nothing. Anyway, bugger me this morning. They put stuff on Facebook. There's a koala, all right, and it's just staring at them in the tree behind the fence in the backyard. So I think that's made their holiday so far. I said, well, keep going round to my place, going through the so Jane's just put on that Geordie's hanging out with local boys with the surname Lucas. I don't know them. And Meryl had an echidna in her backyard. They're gorgeous too, aren't they, love? Well, I've got a pet called Kev. I don't need a dog at the moment. So, look, she's had a great time, and she's just sent me a message to say that the kids are having a lovely time. They don't care that it's cold as long as and they've got their bikes and they go riding their bikes. So, Lou, you're sleeping on the sofa tonight. The cat's on your head. Well, they get cold too. Now, one thing, you buy your dog's coats, but you never buy your cat's coats. How comes that? Some cats don't have very big coats. I don't know a lot about cats these. I tell you what, Claire Cosgriff's dogs. How's Harvey going, Claire? He'd need a damn coat on in Miner's Rest at the moment. But anyway, it is winter. And we're only talking about you, Brenda, when you get your passport, where we're going to take you in Australia. And I'm sort of thinking anyone that feels that, hey, Brenda can come and stay with me, let me know. I know she'll be going to Albury. I think I need to take her to probably the Rat, the 12 Apostles, and Sydney. Maybe we need to go to Joanne Hazel's Blue Mountains. What do you reckon, Joanne? And then we need to go to the Golding. Sydney, I don't think we could do anything else unless she comes for 6 months. So what do you reckon about that? So, Brenda, I'm already planning. Doesn't matter when you come, we'll all look after you. And it's going to be very exciting, love, to have you over here. And yes, I'll find some clothes for you to take in for me. I might have put on weight by then, love, because I ate a lot of shit today. I tell you. What's got beer in it, Bev Anderson? Oh, the soup. Yeah, he doesn't mind a bit of beer. You can't come to Sydney. That's all right. I've got messages coming left, right, and centre. Oh, listen to this. Claire's ordered customer made whippet shoes. Isn't that oh, that is lined with sheep wool. Do you know what? That's what Brenda was saying about in England, how it's too hot to walk the dogs on their paws. And we don't think about these things, see, Brenda, and we just do it. It's probably not that good, really. And you made me think about that and think, oh my God, in winter, Brenda, with your dogs, do you have boots? Like, do you let them out in the snow? How did they go with that? Meryl, we're going to have a Sydney get together. We're going to have a lady. She's Janine Amory. Her name is. She's from England. Now, this is the next one. This is before Brenda comes, love. And she's actually lives in Abu Dhabi, and she's a nanny for one of the royal family's children, and she's a berry. And she said she'd be coming out sometime in August. She hasn't got her visa through. And once she gets the visa through, she'll figure out the dates. And we're actually going to go and organise a get-together for her in Sydney, because that's what we are. Whose birthday? I missed it. I'm missing all the things. Happy birthday to who? I missed whose birthday it is. God, I hate it when oh, it's Karen McEwen's grandson's birthday. Happy 50th. I'm missing half. You know what? You talk too much, and then I can't get a word in. Bloody hell, you little shitheads. Anyway, so it's going to be just a series of us all getting together. But don't forget, what do you think about what I said? Yeah, we are a modern day pen friends, and we're becoming a worldwide group, and I love it even more. So, to think that now we have, but we need to get them onto Patreon. That a lot of them don't know. You know why I haven't advertised Patreon much, don't you? Because of the crap that I got from a very select few ladies, and one of them was that lady that's taking me to court. She was one of them, and Gail Dodson was the other one. Hello, Lynn Parker. She's managed to come on and comment. What are you having for tea, Lynn Parker? Pam's cooked me a chicken casserole with mashed potatoes. I'm spoilt rotten. And yeah, Joanne, I know everyone makes everyone welcome here. So, but I do need to. They don't wear shoes in the snow only. There, that's interesting, Brenda. Oh, so see, Harvey's getting special boots for the cold weather in Ballarat. But then they're whippets, and whippets feel the cold because they have short fur, like my boxer. When I had Boxer Molly, the naughtiest dog in the polar bear, I love that dog. Now we've just got Kev the koala. I felt like bringing him inside. A day in the city and a day in the mountains for high tea. What do you reckon about that one, Brenda Hilton? She would love that. And Lynn Park is having chops and veg washed down with a shardy. I don't think I'll have a drink tonight. I just don't know whether I feel like it at the moment. Um, I might have one tomorrow when I have that little baby with me. She's not a baby, she's going to be 7. So, anyway, Lou Green, that would be great because we need to tell these people about Patreon. Thank you, Karen McEwen. I think we are a pen friend group. I really do. I had the epiphany. I was so excited because people say to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I can't explain it. It doesn't matter." And that's what I say to people that know me. So, what are you doing, Lyni? I said, I sort of do a Facebook thing, and oh, it doesn't matter because I don't know, but we're a worldwide modern day pen friend group, and we're called Blackberry Beach, the village. There you go. And I think that going forward, it's going to be great as we get more and more people on. And what I love about this, apart from, and I'm going to say that I've learned a lesson. Lesson number one is if anyone's awful to me, or sends me derogatory messages or says something about me behind my back to someone else, they're out. Instead of me thinking, and I am that sort of person, you know that, oh, well, they'll understand. They'll come around, and they'll understand one day that I'm not really like that. Well, no chances anymore. All I've done is get hurt. And Liz, go and take care. Yeah, so that's what I have to do. Oh, they're not for the cold weather. Oh, okay, because they're for pain. 5 weeks since Claire's dog got bitten by the snake. That is all, poor thing. Geez, and then Robin Stewart's dog, well, we're lucky Freddie's all right too, because they are our little berries, our animals, and we do love them, don't we, everybody? And yeah, to have something happen. So anyway, I woke up, I got up in the middle of the night. I went out to this, I never do this. I went out to the lounge room and I wrote down what we are. And I was quite proud of it. And I thought, I really did. Can I brag? And I thought, I went on Facebook to sell clothing. Well, that didn't happen. And thank you, Lynn Parker. I did get your recipes and I love the rice bubble slice one. I think we'll be making that one. Lynn Parker sent me some great recipes that we'll be doing for kids. Oh, and for adults that like sugar. Anyway, yeah, it is really what we are. And we need to, I need some structure in this for me and for you because I've just been muddling along doing this, questioning myself. I suffer from imposter syndrome. And I was told that by a very dear friend of mine who had a huge job. She was the principal of a very, very high, big school in Melbourne. And she's gorgeous. She's a normal person. And she said, Lenny, I suffered from it too. And you are suffering from it now because you're normal. You're just you. And yeah, but at the same time, yeah. So anyway, that's what's happened. So watch this space. We will move forward, but I need some help to get some structure into my life as well as this group. It just can't go on. We just can't go on, really, because it takes up my whole day, everybody. And I know I'm only on here for 3/4 of an hour or to an hour at night, and I did do it was great actually in the car today, and I'll do that tomorrow driving to Melbourne because I don't talk to Bruce. I may as well talk to you guys, but I can only do it on Facebook. I can't do it on Patreon while I'm driving. Actually, no, it's a bit harder. So I've got to do the laptop, so it's a bit hard. Anyway, yeah, so I'll do that. But when I'm not talking on here, I'm talking to someone else or I'm getting messages. At the moment, Karen Houghton's going through a bit of shit. She's a beautiful girl. We've had other berries go through shit, and we all support each other now, the best we can. Emotionally, it's a big thing. That's what pen friends do. I won't go down the path of someone wanting money when you don't know what they're on about. That was pretty bad. But that won't happen again, not with our group. And meeting each other. I love the catch-ups. I love organising the holidays, and that's what I'm going to do too. And me travelling to meet everybody, I love it. I actually bloody love it. I could hop in a plane, not every weekend, but twice a month. I could hop in a plane, hop in a car, and go and have lunch with everyone. I bloody love every minute of it. And I also love the fact that once you all meet each other, off you go again. I love that. That is our pen friend group. That's what it is. And we'll be offering many more things. And one thing I want to do is I want to organise another thing. I want to organise a bus to go over to Margaret Bell. If anyone doesn't want to do a bus trip, then I'll just go in the car next time. Bev and I are going to do that, and she's going to come with me. And we're going to go and see Margaret because at the end of the day, we are all pen friends, and I want to meet everyone in the real world. We will have conventions again, but I don't think they're too hard for Apollo Bay and too expensive for everybody. I think we're better off to have them near an airport where it's cheaper to get. I've got to think about that, the cost of things. I'm trying to do the best I can. But what do you reckon about that? I mean, Adelaide to Sydney, Gold Coast to Sydney, Melbourne to Sydney, Ibis Hotel in Sydney. We don't need to stay flash. And if that will organise, these things are going to happen. It's a time thing. I've made my decision. I've decided what we are. I actually feel almost relieved, everybody, that I know what we are. Because I didn't know I was struggling. Oh. Yeah, Lou, we love Karen. She's done so much work for all of the berries on that Love Your Guts page. It's unbelievable what she does. And you don't sort of realise, but behind the scenes, she's checking people to see what in fact, after what's happened, she's going to check even harder. And over the time, she has blocked people, and you just don't know. They've tried to come on. We haven't let them on. And we have had people that we don't like and think, oh, they're jumping on these things, saying things, we don't like it, and we're just going to get harder. But Karen does that, and Suzanne Whedon, they actually care about you all. Suzanne is I want to meet her, but she had COVID when I went to Queensland, and I've asked her to come on Patreon. She hasn't done it yet, but I think she's just happy in her own little Love Your Guts page, putting on her funny little posts. I love the posts about her husband. So, yeah. Oh, Lou, I am so much better. I am relieved. I know the truth. I went and saw the policeman yesterday, and it's still going to be scary for me having to front up to court because last time I went to court, I was in year 11, legal studies, but I'll get some support. I've got a few friends to ask to come with me, and I'll look pretty good on the day. I'll wear me Mile High lipstick. That's going to help because every time I put it on, I think of you all. And I know that you'll all be praying for me and the group because this is going to make me probably stronger, more determined, and it's my job to stick up for you and to look after you. And I have looked after you. I will never ever say I've done the wrong thing because I bloody haven't done anything. Oh, Meryl, can you ask? Well, you're not allowed to say, but there's the person that's taking me to get an AVO out on me. I'm a scary person, and she was a berry, but we got rid of her. I found out that she got money off people in this group and through the Facebook page, and that wasn't on. I'd already said not to do it, and they went ahead and do it, and I didn't know, and I only recently found out. I got shitty. I went on Facebook and I told everybody the person's name, and that person now is trying to take an AVO out on me because I'm an awful person. But I'll do it all again tomorrow because that person could have jeopardized our whole group. So I've learned a lesson, love. I've learned that never let that happen again. Never let it get out of hand. I'm a very trusting person, and and I'll never ever. I'll do it all again tomorrow, Meryl. I'll tell you now. And the policeman said I've done nothing wrong, nothing at all. And there you go. But anyway, I didn't sleep for 3 nights, and then after I went yesterday, and that happened, and last night I slept really well. Woke up at 3:00 in the morning. Decided we are the modern day pen friends, and we're becoming a worldwide group. I was bloody proud then. So it made me think a whole lot different. Because I have to remember, and I always will remember this, most people are nice, and I was remembering the ones that weren't, which is probably that many people that have ever been, that I've had contact with on the group. Not too many when I've got 8,500 people following me on the main page and over $2,000, but they were very, very working against me. So please, everyone, I am going to start doing a little video now about Patreon because I'm actually game now to actually get out and just say it. But we are a beautiful group, Di. And you know what? Because it was the beauty in all of you that really, I thought, shit, you bloody dickheads. You've given this woman money because you're beautiful people with good hearts. I am not going to let you bloody do that again, you little shitheads. You're too kind for your own words. I tell you what I should be doing. I should be actually videoing me on here. I don't know how to do it. How do I do this? Oh, that's not very good. That's Pam's bedroom. I think I should do it at home and maybe not in the bedroom. What do you think about that? Can you see that? Oh, no, that's... Is that Pam's bookcase? What about that? I don't know how to do it. I don't think I'll do that. Oh, my God. Well, I will do it one night. And Lou Green, you might be the techie that can help me. Jesse's a techie, Lou, but he won't help me do anything because he said I'm a dickhead. And he's right. And I'm going to see. He actually sent a message. We talk on WhatsApp, our family. And he sent a message and he said, now, are you going to drop by my house tomorrow and visit Chop? That's my grandson, the dog. So I think after we pick up Am at the airport, my little lamb, we might drop around to visit my grandson. So I'll have my granddaughter, won't have my other grandson because the grandchildren there, the dog and cat in Brisbane. Oh my God, I'm a dickhead. And I hope Kebs comes back for Am while she's here. But I mean, I thought he knows that I'm nicking off. There you go. So he's nicked off too. And I think the koala at the unit's a female, so it's a very good looking one. Whereas poor old Kev's there you go. Anyway, everyone, I'm going to have to go soon because I'm at Pammy's. I love her guts, you know that. And she spoils me. She looks out for me, you know. She actually has always looked out for me all my life. But tomorrow, going to Melbourne Airport, how about we have a chat on Facebook? So it'll be around, got to be there about 11. So maybe about 10 o'clock I'll come on, but I can't do it on here. It's better for me to do it on Facebook for that one. But thanks for coming on. What do you reckon? Pretty proud of our little group. Stay warm, everyone. Look after yourselves. I know some of you aren't too good, hey Lou, but I love you. And now I realise you're all my beautiful pen friends. Bye.